Hi, today is Wednesday, hump day, right? And it's July 30th, 2025. Tomorrow is the last day of this July, which will never come, right? I'm 57 years old on July 10th. So I think I have about 20 to 30 more years to go. And not sure if I will be traveling around the world when I hit age of 70 or 75. So the time is becoming less and less for me to travel. My vacation starts this Saturday, and I'm thinking of visiting China, right? Especially Tianjin and Beijing. I've been to Beijing in 2002, I think, or 2001. I am not interested in visiting Beijing yet, but Tianjin, I have no choice. Other destinations, they are quite expensive, and I've been to like Xi'an, Chongqing, and Changchun, Guilin, Shanghai, Guangzhou, Zhengzhou, Wenzhou, many other cities. So this time I am interested in visiting Tianjin because airfare is relatively cheap, and also it is close to Korea, right? Tianjin is a portal city and gateway to Beijing. So let's find out what the city has to offer to foreign tourists like me. I am Korean. I work for Korea Telecom, KT, the number one carrier in Korea, and also number one cloud service provider and AI company. We have strong partnership with Microsoft and Palantir. If you happen to open your office in Korea, come see me because I provide a free consultation on KT services, including internet, cloud, Microsoft Azure, Palantir, AI, KT AI, voice, data needs, even the wireless services like mobile phones for your entire army of employees, and security, CCTV cameras, gatekeeping, right? We also send our KT Telecom security guards at your post so that they could manage the gate to your edifice. This article is from ChinaDiscovery.com, and title is Tianjin Tourism Board Useful Tianjin Travel Guide. 30 days visa-free available for 40 plus countries, including France, Germany, Italy, Spain, Australia, etc. 10 days visa-free transit available for 50 plus countries, including US, UK, Canada, etc. Best China tour packages especially recommended for Singapore travelers, right? And it's a free visa for Koreans. So we can go there anytime we want. Tianjin Tourism Board, Useful Tianjin Travel Guide. You are here, Home Tianjin Travel Guide. Tianjin is located along the Bohai Sea in northern China, close to the capital Beijing. The unique geographical location has enabled Tianjin to grow rapidly into an international metropolis and a favorite short-distance travel destination for residents in neighboring Beijing, Hebei Province, and Shandong Province. Tianjin is located along the Bohai Sea in northern China, close to the capital Beijing. The unique geographical location has enabled Tianjin to grow rapidly into an international metropolis and a favorite short-distance travel destination for residents in neighboring Beijing, Hebei Province, and Shandong Province. Province, there's a typo. It is also a great shore excursion for international cruise travelers who make stops at Tianjin Cruise Port. I don't know, second typo. Tianjin is a city where the old memories and bright hope both exist. In 1860, the British and French coalition forces captured Tianjin, and Tianjin was forced to be the first port trader. Then, a large-scale European-style ancient building complex was constructed. At the time, Korea was forced to open its borders to French and British too, and also Americans. These buildings are clustered on the 5 avenues of the city, carrying the memories of the people of Tianjin, while the modern and promising Binhai district at the coastal coast shows the splendid future of the city. Till now, Tianjin still has been developing steadily and creating its own ethos, which is implied in the antique cultural street. Mouth-watering snacks and food, unique crosstalk shows of Shangcheng, regardless of the oppressive impact from the capital Beijing, which is only 30 minutes train ride away. Latest news, Beijing applies to the 144-hour visa-free transit policy to Koreans. It's a free entrance. Travelers who holding valid passport and connecting flight, cruise to the third country or region, Hong Kong, Macau, can travel in Beijing without visa up to 6 days. Yes, when you are transit passenger, you can stay in Beijing usually 2 to 3 days, but up to 6 days, but only at the designated cities like Beijing, Shanghai, some other destinations. Brief Tianjin travel guide, popular attractions, Huanggaguan section of Great Wall, Tianjin Eye, there's Ferris wheel, porcelain house, Tianjin Ancient Culture Street, Shu Family Courtyard, 5 great avenues. That's where a lot of foods and antiques and trinkets, accessories are sold. Best time to visit, suitable in all months. Spring and autumn are most recommended. Recommended trip length 1 to 2 days. Main transportation flight, high-speed train, cruise, driving. Accommodation, flexible choices from luxury class to economy class. 2 days Tianjin highlights tour, itinerary Tianjin highlights. Following are some useful travel guide and articles about Tianjin, including top attractions and things to do, transportation, weather, maps, etc. Since we are local, really know the destination well and have mastered the best way to travel, so you can completely rely on our local expertise and experience, contact us to plan your trip to Tianjin here. Tianjin top attractions and things to do. Huanggaguan, Great Wall. Huang, 颜色, right, is a Huang, the golden color, yellow. Huanggaguan Great Wall is praised as a miniature of the Great Wall of China because you can see the features of many other sections of Great Wall, strong of Badaling, steep of Jiangkou, ancient of Quebeco. Located in the mountainous area of Jixian County, 126 kilometers away from Tianjin City, it is also not crowded. Here you can enjoy hiking about 2 hours, about 2,150 meters from the east section of the Huanggaguan Pass on the west. Okay, eastern section of the Huanggaguan Pass on the west. I would say eastern, right? Recommended tour 2 days Tianjin Huanggaguan Great Wall Tour. 5 great avenues. The 5 great avenues were Wu Dao. Wu means 5, Da means large, Dao means road, are 5 parallel streets where there are over 2,230 houses of all kinds, from the architecture of Britain, France, Italy, Germany, and Spain, which make it reputed as the World Building Exposition. Reputed as the World Building Exposition. Nowadays, it is a charming cityscape in Tianjin City. You could either take a horse-drawn carriage, horse-drawn carriage, or walk down the avenues to appreciate the architecture and experience the local life. Tianjin Eye is a 120-meter tall giant Ferris wheel built over the Haihe River. Not being as famous as the London Eye, but it is the only Ferris wheel in the world built on a bridge, providing an interesting 30-minute ride in an air-conditioned car encircling the wheel. Atop the wheel, you will get great views of the spiraling metropolis of Tianjin and capture a fantastic view of Haihe River. The wheel is lit with colorful LEDs that reflect onto the river below in night ether. Tianjin Ancient Culture Street. Ancient Culture Street is a place where you can enjoy the special architectural styles, purchase folk crafts, and taste local snacks. It is a great place to look around and buy something you wouldn't see anywhere else. There are many little stores and shops selling everything from small to big, modern and traditional. Among all stores, Yang Liuqing Painting Gallery and painted clay sculpture of clay figure Zhang are most famous. Galley means ship, Ship. All goods are genuine and affordable. Xu Family Mansion. Xu Family Mansion is a large and well-kept civil residence made up of 12 ancient-style quadruple courtyards. Quadruple, Not just one, but 4 layers, one after another. I think you need to go through 4 gates or 3 gates to explore the quadruple courtyards. I think elegant pavilions, pools, and gardens. The architectural style and decorations fully represent the folk culture and custom of the late Qing dynasty and show the 200-year-long history of the Xu family in Yangliuqing, Xu family. Now it serves as the folk custom museum with a large collection of folk arts like Yangliuqing, New Year pictures, brick sculptures, porcelain house. Porcelain house is an historic house turned museum decorated by antique collector Zhang Lianzhi. It is a true gem among the flashy billboards and touristy food streets in downtown Tianjin. About 80% of of the materials used are damaged antiques spanning from Tang through Qing dynasties. The exterior of the house is lined with porcelain vases, while the interior exhibited various wooden antiques as well as porcelain mosaic art. I think exhibited while the interior is decorated is much more sensical. Jingyuan Garden. Jingyuan is the former residence of Puyi, the last emperor of Qing dynasty. Wow, so he stayed there. It was named after the emperor who tried to strengthen himself with noble spirit by living in a peaceful place with lush flowers, mazy corridor, rugged rocks, and clear spring, just like a hidden world. The complex consists of the main building, library, servants' chamber, kitchen, and garage. The rooms in the building were decorated in a rich and elegant way, each with a very large area. Italian Style Street. Italian Style Street is a tourist resort of Italian style. It is a unique, large Italian-style building in Asia. For the unique location, the Xinyi Street is merged with different cultures. It is worth a visit on a nice day for a stroll and something to eat or drink at the many street-side cafes. Many street-side cafes, right? Many street-side cafes. Many street-side cafes. I would say cafes on the street or streets, but street-side cafes look much more modern, much more elegant, right? Street-side cafes. People watch a small number of market stores. People watch small number of market stores. A visit here will remind you of Shanghai, or could it be a taste of Europe in China? A visit here will remind you of Shanghai, or it could be a taste of Europe in China. Important Tianjin travel information and tips. Below are some helpful articles written by our Tianjin travel experts to help you learn the essential things to know before you go regarding tour planning, visa, airport layover, accommodation, etc. If you have any question or tour idea, please don't hesitate to contact us. We are always ready to help. Usually only 1 day or 2 days to visit Tianjin. 1 day to visit the city landmarks such as Tianjin Eye, Porcelain House, Ancient Culture Street, etc., and try some local snacks and food. If you have 1 extra day, you can go to hike Huangya Guan. Oh, so it's a Huangya Guan, right? Great Wall, actually. Travelers rather taking side trips to Beijing than spending all time in Tianjin. Really? Actually, travelers rather taking side trips to Beijing than spending all time in Tianjin. Right? Side trips. Interesting expression. Foreign travelers of 43 countries are holding valid international travel documents and connecting flight or cruise tickets to a third country or region. Your country, region A, Tianjin, Beijing, Tianjin, Hebei County region, are allowed to apply transit visa exemption after travel, after arrival, and stay up to 6 days without in Tianjin, Beijing, and Hebei province. Tianjin has a semi-moist continental monsoon climate. It is windy and dry in the spring, hot and rainy in summer, cool in the autumn, and cold and snowy in the winter. The annual average temperature is 12 degrees Celsius. Tianjin is suitable for traveling all the year round, all year round. I think all the year round. While the natural sceneries are the most beautiful during spring and autumn. As one of the most developed cities in China, Tianjin provides flexible choices of hotels from budget standard to super luxury class. Most of the hotels are located in the downtown area. Recommended hotels include Astor Hotel Tianjin, Renaissance Tianjin Downtown Hotel, Renaissance Tianjin Downtown Hotel, etc. What's the difference? I think same hotel. 4 days Xi'an Terracotta Warrior Tour from Tianjin Cruise Port. I've been to Xi'an last year. How to get to and around Tianjin. From the transportation choices point of view, Tianjin even provides even more flexible, that's typo, L is missing there, flexible choices of transportation tools than Beijing. I think transportation methods are much better. Transportation tools. It not only operates, right? Operates, it's not operate. Numerous flights, trains, and highways like Beijing, but also has the largest coastal port in China. Currently, Tianjin has 1 international airport, 1 international cruise port, 8 railway stations, 7 subway lines, and hundreds bus stations. To know more transportation information of Beijing, please check how to get to and around Tianjin. I think for more transportation information is much better. Oh, Beijing. What do you mean Beijing? You are talking about Tianjin. I think for information, transportation information to Beijing, to and from Beijing is much more better. How to get to Tianjin by flight? There is only 1 airport in Tianjin, Tianjin Binhai International Airport. Currently, there are non-stop stopover and connecting flights from about 50 cities in different countries and regions to Tianjin Binhai International Airport, such as London, New York, Los Angeles, Paris, Toronto, Sydney, Singapore, Tokyo, etc. It is also widely connected to more than 100 cities in mainland China, including the major cities and hot tourist destinations such as Shanghai, Xi'an, Hangzhou, Guangzhou, Chongqing, Chengdu, Guilin, Kunming, Zhangjiajie. By train, there are more than 7 train stations in Tianjin: Tianjin Railway Station, Tianjin South Railway Station, Tianjin West Railway Station are mostly used. Travelers can take high-speed trains or normal fast trains from Beijing, Shanghai, Chengdu, Wuhan, Guangzhou, etc. If you are going to board your international cruise ships, you can take trains to Binhai Railway Station, Binhai West Railway Station, and Tanggu Station, which are accessible within 30 kilometers from Tianjin Port, about 1 by car. Among them, Binhai Railway Station is the terminal station of Beijing-Tianjin Railway. Binhai, right? Binhai West Railway Station and Tango Station, which are accessible within 30 kilometers from Tianjin Port. About 1 hour by car, right? Not just one. Among them, Binhai Railway Station is the terminal station of Beijing Tianjin Railway. Okay, Binhai. By ship. Tianjin Port operates international cruise routes from South Korea, right? Not South Korean, Japan, and Russia. The most popular vessels which cruise around the Asia Pacific include, which cruises around the Asia Pacific include Coast Cruises, Caribbean's Voyager of the Seas, Sapphire, Princess, Holland America, Velum Dam, Oceania Nautica, etc. The cruise port is located, right, about 140 kilometers away from Beijing, about 70 kilometers away from downtown Tianjin, right? Downtown Tianjin is much better than downtown of Tianjin. Location, number 1001, Guanhai Road, Binhai New District, Tianjin. Tianjin 市 Binhai 新球观海道1001号 Travel between Beijing and Tianjin. Beijing and Tianjin are only 125 kilometers away from each other, with hundreds high-speed trains and buses transporting between two cities each day. The 144-hour transit visa-free policy allows travelers to stay in Beijing and Tianjin up to 6 days without a Chinese visa. Usually, it takes about 3 to 5 days to visit both Beijing and Tianjin. You are suggested to stay 1 day in Tianjin and spend the rest of your time in Beijing, as Beijing has much more things to do than Tianjin. Okay. Getting around Tianjin, private tour. Traveling with a private tour arranged by China Discovery is strongly recommended if you want to enjoy a worry-free leisure vacation in Beijing and Tianjin. Itinerary and tour service can be customized according to your requirements. Subway, recommended for independent travelers. Tianjin has 6 subway lines. S is missing there. Not 7? You said that 7 up there. Connected to train stations, airports, cruise port, shopping streets, and some attractions, usually operating from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. You can take line 2, 3, and 9 to Tianjin Railway Station, from which many attractions are within walking distance, such as Italian-style street, Wu Da Dao, Ancient Culture Street, etc. Bus. Public bus serves larger area of Tianjin than the subway, but you need to do a lot of homeworks if you can't read and speak Chinese. Usually costs around CNY 220. There are buses to Beijing from Tianjin Tangsha Bus Station, Tianjin Tangsha Kewinzhan. Taxi, cheap by Western standards and sufficient when it is not rush hours. Recommended for short distances ride. Cycling. Most places in Tianjin are flat and allowed to cycle. You'd better only ride the wide and less crowded roads. Car rental, not recommended as it is much challenging and hazardous for foreigners who are not aware of the complicated Chinese road conditions and driving rules. Useful Tianjin maps to help you know better about location, airports, railways, train stations, cruise port, subway, tourist attraction of Tianjin. Here we have prepared some useful Tianjin maps for you. Please click detailed maps below. Okay, I will. Tianjin, Beijing, right? So now I'm kind of persuaded to change my itinerary, right? Instead of staying in Tianjin for 3 days, maybe I should stay there like 2 days only and travel to Langfang. That's midpoint between Beijing and Tianjin, and meet Brian and his wife. Maybe stay there one night, then go to Beijing and stay there for 3 days or 4 days. Right. Well, this article is dotted with a lot of typos, ungrammar, wrong grammar application, and strange expressions, but it gave me some basic ballpark figure snapshot of the travel to Tianjin. The Great Wall section on the west attracts my attention much better than the porcelain house, and also Wu Da Dao, 介入 sounds fun, but probably I should land in Beijing first, then arrive in Tianjin later. Well, that's it. Thanks for listening and have a wonderful hump day. Bye bye.